Hey, Dr. Fred DiDomenico here with Elite Coaching, and I'm here with my brother from another mother, to say the least, Italian friend, Dr. Joe. Well,
Yo!
He's taking up the whole screen, and the reason we're here, the reason I'm with the Godfather is we're giving a seminar in Chicago, Elite Coaching. It's really going to be amazing. We have different themes for each one. This one, what is this one? I forgot. Building a powerful, purpose-fueled practice, and that's why the leaders are picked very specifically for the theme. And of course we want Dr. Joe with us, the Godfather.
Well, thank you. Absolutely, honored to be there.
For sure, yeah. And so we just want to go through, man. It's going to be a transformational weekend. Before we get into this, Joe, about your topic, I'm even fired up about the title. Is when you coach, and when you get on coaching calls, you run seminars, and you listen to the problems that people are having. You get coaches from chiropractors all over the profession.
Yes.
So you see a problem, and like this, I'm sure you do the same. Is that what we teach and the speakers that we have will exactly solve the problems that either our clients and the rest of the profession is having.
Exactly.
Right. So everything has an intention. It's going to be amazing. We guarantee a transformation. This isn't something come get raw, rah, bring your pom-poms and then go back and do the same old thing. This is something where you will be different on Monday.
Right.
And just what you're bringing, Dr. Joe, the Dr. Joe X Factor for lifetime patients.
Ow! Freddie's title, that was powerful.
Yeah, it is. So give us, shine some light on the experience you're bringing.
Okay, one of the I say mistakes. I think one of the missed opportunities, better way to word it, in chiropractic is that we have been, as a profession, so focused on new people. Like, a practice is only as good as last week's or last month's numbers.
Right.
And, if you're not sustaining that level of new influx, and I'm not minimizing influx of new people, but we get really great at getting new ones, but we're not good at keeping people. And that's incongruent with chiropractic anyway. So, people need to be cared for. They don't need to be treated. So sometimes it's usage of words, usage of presence, your mindset, your vision, your purpose, your why, what's your intention. So having some clarity on that is important, but we should be equally as motivated and mastered at keeping them as we are at getting them. So if you do that, what happens is you don't feel exhausted, you don't feel apathetic, you don't feel disenchanted, you feel inspired because, hey, at least a good portion of the energy I'm putting out in the universe is now coming in, and I'm fulfilling that mission by people staying under care. And let's face it, the biggest miracles that you're going to see on the table aren't going to happen in 4 or 5 adjust. I know once in a while you're going to have that guy adjust him once. Oh my God. We all got to Stan Morris, which was my guy. I adjusted him 3 times. He was partially paralyzed. But, that's not the guy. It's the people that are coming in for a year or 2 or 3 years. Those are really the miracles you're going to see. Those are the people like, wow, I don't get sick anymore. I feel so much better. My life is better. I'm successful on my job. I'm successful on my marriage. My cancer's gone. Those are the people that you're going to see. So how do you get them to stay is a lot. I think we all want them to stay, but we're not really great at how to do that. What do we say? What don't we say is just as important. How do we set up the office? What's our talk? What's our vision? What's our forward placement? All of those things that we need to be good at in order to sustain value so we remain equally or more relevant when their crisis is gone. Because we're really important when they're in crisis. How do we stay equally or more relevant when their crisis is gone? So that's what I really want to hammer, I want to talk about.
Well, and you have come from such strong philosophy, and there's so many people out there that have great philosophy, yet what the profession has taught us in a boatload of management groups is they solve every problem with new patients, like you said. And the principle, I'm repeating what you said.
Sure.
The principle of chiropractic is lifetime.
Correct.
Attention. And you know what? And I'm going to go off on this just for like 1 minute.
I'm ready. Bring it.
Yeah, because we have such a gift because we live this way, man. If I'm like, I'm tired, I need to get adjusted.
Right.
Exactly. Thumb's not working, I need to get adjusted. So we don't have to think about it. With us, we're an unconscious competence, right? With chiropractic.
Right. Exactly.
We don't have to think about it. We know where we go. So the question is, if we get that gift, do we want to give that gift to every person that's standing in front of us?
Exactly.
They look at chiropractic like we do.
Exactly.
And I don't think there's anybody in the profession that has as many lifetime patients as you do. There's maybe, you can probably count on one hand in the profession that has as many lifetime patients as you do.
Yeah, no, we've done well, and that's from working with, and you know this, I mean, you know, again, we're talking to two guys that do it and live it. You know, I've been blessed with mentors, like my father, phenomenal mentor, my mother, phenomenal mentor, Reggie Gold. I mean, how can you have a better mentor than Reggie? You know, or Sid Williams, or Fred Barge, or Jim Sigafus. I used to get on the phone with Jim every couple of weeks and talk to him on the telephone back then. You know, so I'm surrounded by, and even in my head to this day, some of the greatest minds and mentors within chiropractic, and that's going to rub off. You know, so they helped me get through those challenges, but they allowed me to see life through a different portal. You know, Einstein said, and we all know this quote, right? You can't solve a problem with the same level of thinking. You can't grow or advance yourself with the same level of thinking that got you to the place. It doesn't have to be a problem. So how can I grow beyond my own skill set if I don't step out of myself and surround myself with other people that have bigger ideas, bigger solutions? It's not an ego thing. You didn't learn biochemistry by yourself. You went to a teacher that mastered biochemistry and learned from it. So you surround yourself by other mentors that know more in that field than you do. How to run a business, how to operate a business, how to market, how to do things better than you know now, and that's how you advance yourself. So that's what guys like us bring to the table. And it's sad, you know, I'll share a quick story with you. Glenn Scarpelli, I don't know if you've seen that on the internet. They're the former president of the Chiropractic Council, and his wife committed a double suicide. They jumped off of a building because they were in financial challenges. He's a chiropractor, and they've constantly had financial challenges throughout their life. So Glenn approached me a number of years ago to help him in his practice. And, you know, as we went through some of that conversation, you know, he got really tight, and I say this out of love, not out of judgment. You know, and he was very, you know, embarrassed that he wasn't doing well. He was living a public persona that wasn't equal to what was really going on. And as a result, you know, living like that must have been absolutely torture and painful for him and his wife. You know, he decided that killing himself would be better than reaching out to help. And I'm telling you, guys like us are out there. The secret to success isn't a secret. It's real simple principles applied through discipline will give you a successful practice and a successful life. It's not that difficult. I never want to see a guy that is genuine and as loving and as good of a father and a husband as Glenn Scarpelli or his wife do anything or even have to enter that or entertain that as a decision on how to get out of what they've created because they lack success in their practice. No chiropractor should suffer or struggle financially, certainly from not being successful in practice, maybe making bad financial decisions. No one should do that. And there's so many people like us out there that are willing to help. Cut us open. We're going to plead help and effort to help your practice grow. And not only just for ourselves, but predominantly so the principle survives and the world is dominated by what chiropractic has to offer. So.
Well, and I don't want to make this about anything that's a downer, but I just found out another chiropractor committed suicide recently, and you think, my God, you have a message for humanity.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you come with a calling, and that's why this is a powerful, purpose-fueled practice. Why you're there, because not probably, but one thing I admire about you, amongst tons of things, are the fact that you still immerse yourself on a daily basis in the principle. You know, when reminding yourself of where the purpose is, because it's so much bigger than we are, and you think, how could a chiropractor commit suicide? Well, whether it's suicide or you're just stuck at a level that you're at, even if it's practice that's not even on the board, what it is it's getting your mindset to the next level. making your purpose bigger than you are.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like, what are we focused on? One reason people are stuck is because you're focusing on what you have rather than creating what's
correct.
And a purpose that's bigger than you are. So, and you live such a congruent life.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You post what you're reading on Facebook, philosophy and chiropractic books.
Right.
And you still go to those sources in their writings, because obviously they're not here physically.
Yeah, I mean, right. Didi's still here. Read his book. BJ's still here. Read his book. Albert Hubbard, BJ Palmer's best friend, who died in the Lusitania in May 1915. He's still here. Read him. Read what did BJ love about chiropractic, and what did he love, and where did he get energy from? He got a lot of that from Albert Hubbard. A lot of who BJ was and what we love about BJ was greatly influenced. A couple of things I learned through life and in practice, and I know you know this, you got to put more in to your practice than you're ever going to get out.
Right.
And most docs don't get that. They think if I put 10 units of energy in, I'm going to get 10 out, or maybe 12. No, you're going to put 10 in and you're going to get 1 out. That's just the way it is, because you're fighting, against a paradigm that's sick and diseased with humanity. So entering the engagement of practice with that mindset, that is absolutely massive. We got to be better at keeping them than getting them. These are some notes. Another one that I want to talk about, Fred, I call it the 3-2-1 done none. And it is a pestilence within chiropractic practice. Everywhere in life, especially allopathic care, you begin with more frequent care and more attention with crisis, and that diminishes as you get better to the where you are none done or done none. So chiropractors run our practice allopathically with celebrating drops of care and such, which is the biggest mistake you could ever do. And then they're wondering why everybody's dropping. How do they have all the time at 3 times a week, but nobody's got time at 1 time a week? Why are they leaving? Because you're running your office at the 3-2-1 none. You have to create more value as they decrease frequency, not less value as they decrease frequency, or you make yourself irrelevant as they go through care. The adjustment's even that much more important as they see you less, not less important as they see you less. And again, those are incongruencies. Words like treatment, visit, appointment, done, end, case. Those are words you never want to use. Who the hell wants to be under treatment for the rest of their life? Let me tell you something. There isn't a chemotherapy webinar going on right now with desk CAs going, how do we handle missed chemotherapy script appointments?
Right.
That doesn't happen. So why are we doing it? Because it's a value issue. So how can I take the day and increase value as they go through the frequency of care, rather than everything we do, we don't even know we're doing it, we're decreasing value. Therefore, what's happening, they're dropping on 17 to 24 adjustments in your practice, and then you're constantly having to replenish that every month or two in order to sustain, not even thrive. You're just trying to survive half the time. And it doesn't need to be done. Simple changes that I certainly want to bring to the event in Chicago that you can pragmatically implement in your practice. Holy mackerel, massive changes.
Well, first of all, for people listening, that right there is a game changer. I mean, what you just said is a total game changer. I mean, in Elite, we do the same thing we just talked about. There's more rewards towards lifetime health care than there is in the beginning. Actually, crisis care, intensive care is a consequence. And there's rewards for lifetime care, right? And so anybody listening, that right there, you just doubled your practice. You just tripled, quadrupled the amount of lifetime patients. So that is just a small hint that is so big of the mindset of what you're going to bring. And Joe, you're going to obviously bring systems. Elite, we always say mindset first and then systems.
Absolutely.
Give the action steps after you totally blow the doors off their limiting beliefs and minds that are completely subconscious limitations on maybe systems and mindset. So your talk alone, man, I'm fired up. You'll be speaking Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, great. Awesome.
And, it'll be awesome. Plus, we eat Italian food at night, so that's even better.
Freddie, two other things I just want to add, because I wrote a couple things down, if that's all right.
Yeah.
One of the things which is great about going to events, and obviously what your event's about, I think too often chiropractors look at other chiropractors that are doing really well, and they look at that as competition almost. Like, you can be inspired and led, but let me tell you, you are not competing with last week's numbers. You're competing with last week you. You're in competition with who you were and your mindset and your skill set and your discipline last week. So if there's a place to look, is an investment, and you know this more than anybody, is in yourself. So going to an event like this is an investment in yourself, not to improve your numbers. It's to improve who you are, which can only improve your numbers.
Right, exactly.
And we talk about lifetime care, where I get frustrated, and again, this is just looking at the profession, and I understand why. You'll look at docs, they talk about detox, nutrition, exercise. I think, don't get me wrong, that's great. It's an aspect of physiologic function and improves it. You see the profession more enthusiastic in talking about that. But if you utilize that, if you go to somebody and you're trying to talk about lifetime care, and I say to you, Fred, listen, if you wanted to lose 50 pounds, what would you do? Well, I'm going to go to the gym. How often? Like once a week? No, shit, I'm going to go 6 times a week. Exactly. And what else are you going to do? How long are you going to be in the gym for? Hour and a half. What else? I'm going to do nutrition. You're going to change your whole diet? How long are you going to do that for? Well, probably 9 months, 12 months, right? So it'll take you a year to drop the 50 correctly and improve your physiology. You're going to go daily. You're going to change your nutrition. You're going to drive to the gym. You're going to change your lifestyle, every aspect of it in a year. Boy, it sounds like overutilization. You follow what I mean? Like, no one's questioning that for your physiologic health through the gym. Why do we get reluctant or concerned because we're telling somebody you need to be in here 80, 90, 100 times over the course of a year for something that's been there for 50, 60 years? And then you ask them, hey, listen, if you're healthy after a year, what do you do after a year? You don't have to work out anymore. You can eat whatever you want. You don't have to go to the gym anymore. They're going to laugh at you. Exactly. So once I get you well, what do you still need to do? So if you connected to what you're already excited to talk about, if you like to talk about nutrition and exercise, just anchor chiropractic to what you already feel comfortable with, and that level of enthusiasm will anchor to that, and all of a sudden you're going to see your chiropractic part of that practice grow and sustain itself to where that level of enthusiasm will perpetuate more patients. I mean, that's all we got to do. That's all we got to do. All right, I'm done. I had notes I wanted to go over, so that was it.
Brother, I appreciate it. Hey, you know what? There's so many gems in what you just said that, hey, in 20 minutes you threw out about 12 things that could be absolutely life-changing. So we got all kinds of fun happening in Chicago.
Yeah, Danny Sullivan's going to be there, right? Who's going to be there? Danny
Sullivan, Ben Lerner,
awesome. Ben Lerner, holy cow.
Roberto Monaco,
Freddie,
and you and myself. So we got there's, other than me, we got 6 world-class leaders in the profession, and it's going to be a great experience.
Sure. And then what do? We go out. Everyone's invited. We go out to dinner at
Carmine's. Yeah, we go Carmine's on Rush Street, so it's all good.
That was pretty good. That was a good. That was fun.
Family feast. So yeah, go to Elite Coaching LLC. Make your reservations today. The room block's going to sell out on the hotel. Guaranteed to be a great transformation. So looking forward to hanging out with you, brother.
Absolutely, Fred. Thank you, buddy. It's an honor. I appreciate it.
We'll see you there.
All right, brother.